Hello and welcome to a presentation on debt collection skills in your call center. My name is Shahrukh Moghal and I will be the presenter for this particular proposal. I am a PSMB approved trainer. How I propose to conduct this session is to first go in and listen to some calls, pre-training collection call assessment. During these calls, I'd probably listen to about 10 or 15 agents for recorded phone calls and develop a pre-training assessment report. I would be presenting that particular report to the people in charge, and we will together decide on the training modules to conduct according to my pre-training assessment. Once that is done, we conduct the telephone debt collection training, 2-day program, then 1 day for the team leaders on how to motivate and coach their agents. And once that is done, I come in and listen to the calls again as post-training collection call assessment. Once that is done, I will know if I was able to fill the skills gap. Whatever skills gap is still left behind, lingering, then we schedule one-to-one coaching for those who have performed below par. The training program itself consists basically of information that I would have derived from the pre-training collection call assessment. And for that, during that day, I will have meetings or maybe one meeting with the management in the morning, probably about an hour. Once the meeting is done, then I would hopefully be directed to a room where I could listen to, or a workstation where I could listen to recorded calls. Generally, I'm able to listen to about 10 to 12 agents' calls, approximately 5 calls per agent. I recommend we keep it at about maximum of 12. Once that training program, I generally use the PLEASE framework. If you look on the right hand side, you will see all the words that go with the acronym. Please, probing. During debt collection, of course, we need to find out what's going on in the customer's situation. So we ask questions. Once we ask questions, the customer, of course, would respond, and then we would have to do some active listening. Active listening would also have to include some empathy so that we can let the customer know that we understand the situation. Hopefully this will develop a little bit of trust, because on the phone we don't have too much of time. Once we have understood the customer situation, at that point we will need to provide information. So when we provide information, we would have to use the right words and also the voice. So of course this particular training program includes that. And once that is done, hopefully there is a decision on how much the customer can pay, and certain resolutions of the overdue account situation. Basically, this particular action is done through development of a script, which I will be showing in the next slide. Once that is done, of course, we end the interaction with a certain extra miler or maybe an open door for the next follow-up call. So this is the framework that I would use in order to conduct the 2-day program for call agents. This particular 2-day program, of course, also includes a debt collection call structure. If you look to the left-hand side, this is basically the steps to use to collect. We make sure we talk to the right person, identify ourselves, our company, let them know why we are calling, and then we give them a strategic pause. This is a pause where the customer might feel as though they need to answer. And then of course we discuss the reason for delinquency, give them ideas, negotiate with them, hopefully come up with a resolution to the issue. Once that is done, some confirmation on payment arrangements, and of course a very good end to the phone call. For this particular purpose, we also talk about script. Our script, of course, has to be logically sequenced. It doesn't have to be too long, or it shouldn't be too short. Of course, it should have a nice opening. All the right consequences of not paying need to be included inside there, and at the same time, questions that can be asked so that we can get the customer to divulge information, hopefully open up, and then some questions that would get the customer to respond to our request for payment. That would be the agent. Then comes the team leader training. That's the 1-day workshop. Once I have conducted that agent training, I would generally not really have a chance to come back in and listen to them. Of course, inside this particular project, there is post-training. However, the team leaders are the ones that need to take on the responsibility of making sure that all the skills that they have learned, the agents, all the skills that they have learned would be put to use, and hopefully improvements. In the team leader program, I like to go into the role of a team leader, the strategy, how a team leader can develop their team, the style of leadership they should use in order, depending on the stage of development their team is in. Then coaching, monitoring calls, conducting motivational morning briefings, and even adjusting or developing new scripts for new projects. So with that, the team leader gets equipped in order to manage and lead the call agent's debt collection performance. And also, of course, once that is done, I will come back in for a post-training assessment. Here, I do recommend that some of the team leaders join me so that I can show them how I do this pre and post-training assessment, where the post-training and pre-training assessment sheets, the forms are used, and how they are supposed to be used in a live scenario. Once the post-training assessment is done, this is where we will find out whether or not we have been able to fill or the skills gap. However, if some areas are still lingering, then we will schedule one-to-one coaching to have some final touches. This particular one-to-one coaching also, I recommend that the team leaders join me so that they know how I go about it. This particular day, it's spent on post-training assessment and also one-to-one coaching. Depending on the number of people that we need to coach, we might do it in one day, or maybe it might stretch on to 2 days. After the project is completed, I come back for a free complimentary about a 3-hour visit, so that the group can ask me questions. This visit generally I recommend about coming in about 2 weeks later. So that they have had some time on the phones and been able to, or have had a chance to utilize the skills that I have taught them. This is basically the complete project, and I believe that with this kind of involvement by the trainer or consultant, creates a level of accountability that the trainer has because of the post-training reporting, and at the same time the client also feels that there is support coming in from our side. Once again, my name is Shahrukh. I am a PSMB certified exempted trainer, and my phone number 012-327-8240. My email address, our website. And if you look over way towards the bottom, you see a link in the gray area, a gray colored link. If you go to that link, you will see a page, a website talking about the same particular thing. Thank you very much, and hopefully I will hear from you. Have a nice day.